is in charge. Well, the way the fixtures have fallen, Celtic could have an 8-point lead at the top before Rangers play again. So it's a massive match. After Rangers blew a 2-goal lead against Hearts yesterday, it's over to Celtic to record what would be a vital victory, which would initially take them 5 points ahead of their arch-rivals. Dundee United, though, always seem to rise to the occasion, whichever Old Firm side they are playing.
Yeah, you're right, Ian. That should mean it's going to be a cracker today. Dundee United, a very attacking lineup, the 3 up front. Celtic know they're going to be in for a game.
Scott McDonald with an early break. McGeady up against Dixon and Gomez. Shook them both off. McDonald's flick stacked away by Lee Wilkie before Vennegoor and Hesselink could get a sniff. Dundee United have toiled a bit since the turn of the year. They're only a point behind Aberdeen, who are in a Europa League position, but also they're only 3 points above Hibs and Motherwell.
Conway just getting taken out there. It's quite interesting that McGeady's playing on the right-hand side from the start of this one against United. It means he's not up against Kovacevic, who he's had problems getting past in the past.
Craig Conway usually delivers a decent ball, and that is decent, and Buaven seemed to lack conviction with his effort. Nakamura racing away, Gary Kenneth is chasing him. And a free kick given against Kenneth for holding back Nakamura.
Kenneth's just trying to get in about Nakamura, not allow him any time on the ball, which of course is the right thing to do.
Hinkle, whose international career has been revived since he joined Celtic. Darren O'Dea is in the full Irish squad now. Caldwell. Big week ahead for him, and for Scotland too. Talking of Dutchman, Vennegoor Hesselink lost control. Hinkle won it back, and it's opening up for Aidan McGeady perfectly to have a swipe at it.
You said it there, Ian. Does just open up here. That's a worry. Kenneth doesn't go. Wilkie backs off as well. I'm not quite sure what they're trying there. But certainly if McGeady can hit the target, it's going to cause Zaluska a problem. That's not the thing to do when you've got that man running at you.
Two keepers seem to be teammates again, but poles apart today. Zaluska still doing his bit for Dundee United before heading for Glasgow in the summer. Kovacevic. Lee Naylor keeping a watch on Gomez. This is Warren Feeney. It's trickled away from Buaven. McGeady refusing to panic. Previous meetings between these teams this season all ended in draws, including the Cup semi that went to that epic penalty shootout where Celtic triumphed. Celtic actually let a 2-0 lead slip against Dundee United in the league in January. Last week he won his 6th trophy as Celtic manager. And he's hoping that his 7th will occur in May. Another SPL trophy beckons. Lee Naylor back in the side. Preparing a long throw. Aimed towards Benegora Hesseling. Gary Kenneth nudges it away. Nakamura. Gomes was quickly upon him. And McGeady challenging Dixon. Scott Brown. OD. Taking out Guaban.
Well, you see that Dundee United have plenty of movement in that midfield area, all willing to change positions.
Conway. McGeady. Nakamura. Partly on hand. Caldwell. Dixon. Celtic have pinched a few players from Dundee United over the past couple of years. A testimony to the fine work that's been done at this club, although they would have preferred to hang on to those players, but money talks and so does ambition. And the attraction of the old firm as well. Nakamura. It's Hartley in an advanced position. It's Benegora Hesseling. And Scott McDonald was lurking, obviously.
It wasn't a bad idea. Hartley trying to get on the end of this, and Jan Fenrir Hesseling hitting it first time. And of course, the chief sniffer is in there. Scott McDonald is not far away from it. Hungry as ever for goals, and he really needs one.
Kozlowski's header, Sandaza. Caldwell. This is a great kick from Boris, but it nearly came off. Kozlowski linking up with Feeney, who is a big Rangers fan, and who scored an equaliser at Celtic Park in January. Kovacevic, steered away by OD. It was Irish Powell, McGeady, but it's won back by Gomes. Paul Hartley. McDonald. Brown. Naylor.
It's highly competitive in that midfield area. Dundee United doing well, just like that, winning possession back, putting pressure on Celtic.
Scott Brown was the man caught in possession. Kovacevic. Feeney.
What you do have is Feeney tucking back in, as is Conway at times on the left-hand side. And that gives them 5 in there with Sandaza up front when they don't have possession. And you can see they're using those numbers to close down the Celtic midfield. Obviously a game plan of Craig Levein.
The sun is shining on a crisp day in the city of Discovery. Nakamura. He's already had a look, and he's picked out McDonald. Hartley for Hinkle. McGeady wants it. Picked to it though by Dixon. Utd. Gathered by Zaluska. Dundee United have only won one of their last 48 encounters with Celtic. Slight imbalance.
Celtic know they always get a tough game. There's been a large number of draws recently as well. United looking to go one better though today for those European places and take all 3 points.
Another throw for Hinkle. To make himself available, and he did so. It's a throw-in. And there'll be another in this series of throw-ins now for Andreas Hinkle. For Caldwell. Cut out by Feeney, but here is O'D. Naylor. Brown has got himself into the box, but it's a comfy catch for Zaluska. Now Boaven. Dixon, who crossed the road from Dens Park last summer. Away by Hinkle. Kept in by McGeady. Brown from McDonald for McGeady. To sidestep Conway. Hartley. Nakamura.
The game just settling down a bit now. And the visitors as well, starting to stroke the ball around.
McGeady skipping away from Dixon. Of Hesseling taking out Gary Kenneth. Didn't really have the legs to get there.
Exactly, a lack of pace. He went to ground. He really needs a goal, does Jan Vinneroff Hesseling. It's been a poor season by his standards. Only a couple of goals so far. But he'll know the run-in is vital, and he may still have a big part to play.
Well, he scored the most important goal of Celtic's season last season. It's a late winner against Rangers in the first of the April Old Firm games. Followed it up with a winner on the final day here. In fact, he scored on both his visits to Tannadice last season with Big Jan. Guavan. Sandaza turned into trouble. Naylor. Kovacevic. Lee Wilkie won that. Now Feeney decides to have a go. Looking to catch Boritz unawares, but much to the delight of these Celtic fans, he's off target.
Yeah, if you're going to have a go, make sure you're a little bit closer than this. The ball does set up nicely for him. Way off target.
Gary Caldwell. Partly under pressure from Guavan. Nakamura for Naylor. Caldwell. Towards McDonald, flags up though for offside.
Well, Caldwell's got loads of time there to try and pick out Scott McDonald, who is just about a yard off, even though he looked quizzically across at the assistant, as he always does.
Kenneth launching that into the stand, harangued by the presence of Benigora Hesseling. Neighbours throw aimed towards the big Dutchman, but won by the big Scotsman Lee Wilkie, and then by another Gary Kenneth.
It's not easy in there for Jan Fenneroff Hesseling against those big two central defenders of Dundee United. That's the job he has to do today.
Naylor over the head of McGeady, but he'll chase it, and he has Hinkle nearby. And a slip by Scott Brown, rather unfortunate. Gordon Strachan hoping to make it 4 titles in 4 seasons as Celtic manager.
Does have today. Strachan's adaptability in the side. He knows that O'D can play left back, central defence. Caldwell, central defence, full back, midfield. If players do get injured late on in the week, the team still doesn't look awkward or too different. Still looks pretty solid, certainly from middle to front. It's possibly his strongest side.
Waiting for Shinsuke Nakamura's free kick. Away by Feeney. It's Hartley! Not a bad try by Paul Hartley, who did score his first SPL goal for Celtic on this ground in August.
Not a bad effort. Paul Hartley's looked lively at the start of this match. He was always going to have a go from there.
Caldwell, McGeady, Brown, he's got it back from Benigora Hesseling. Good slip McGeady in, does, McGeady from McDonald. Too much on it from Aidan McGeady, a sweet little move from Celtic. There's Buaban, the young Ghanaian.
That was a good move from Celtic, and just a warning for Dundee United that they have to try and get into possession a little bit more and then keep it.
Feeney, Buaban, hooked away by Naylor, but only to Gomez. And offside Warren Feeney.
Some good passing in the Celtic ranks. Jan Fenneroff Hesseling dropping deep there, picking up Scott Brown. You can see exactly what McGeady's trying. The first time ball into Scott McDonald. Zaluska read it. Just a yard or two out with that pass. McGeady, again, he's looked assured so far in possession.
Benigora Hesseling's flick, aided McGeady. Gary Kenneth. And shot McGeady.
It's a real threat, McGeady on the right-hand side. He's in possession so much. Nakamura's tucked in from the left. And that's caused a little problem as well. The Celtic then have an overload in there. Pretty narrow. Kovacevic can't get close to Nakamura, neither can Feeney. And McGeady, he knows that he's a big out for that Celtic midfield. And he's quite happy to take possession whenever possible.
Scott McDonald earning a free kick. McGeady. Dundee United double up on him. Celtic allowed to continue. Hartley, Nakamura. Taken off his toes by Sandaza. Dithered Nakamura. Make up for it though by making life hard for Sandaza, but the Spaniard has got a free kick.
Oh, he did well. He dropped very deep to rob Nakamura. Nakamura tried his hardest to stay with him. Sandaza kept possession and wins a free kick. The home side really do have to try as best they can when they win possession to get some flow to their game. At the moment, it's not there.
It's Paul Dixon to float it in, and Boritz won't have a problem with that. Gomez wary of McGeady's presence. It looked like it did come off McGeady. Kovacevic, Wazalowski, Scott Brown in to sort it out for Celtic, and now Naylor. Bit of work for Venegora Hesselink to do, too much I suspect.
That's for poor ball from Naylor there, asking too much of the striker.
Dundee United have come up against the Old Firm teams 5 times this season, and in each of those games they've conceded the first goal, but they've only ended up losing one of those matches. And that says something about their powers of recovery, especially against the top 2 teams. No sign of a goal yet at Tannadice, not much in the way of chances either. After 3 goalless draws yesterday in the SPL, producing goals. Naylor. Donald in a tangle with Wilkie. It's a corner. Wilkie protesting to Steve Conroy. Tannadice awaits this corner then, which will be taken by Paul Hartley. Inamo. Joe O'D. Broke the deadlock in the Cup final at Hampden last week. Lurking again. It's quite windy around Tannadice. Hardly able to take it eventually. And it's been forced in by Scott McDonald. And Celtic have the lead at Tannadice. It was all a bit scrappy. Do they care? Not a jot. The defending champions in front.
Well, it is well deserved. The Celtic have started this game so well, and Dundee United just don't deal with it. It's a half decent ball in. I think it's Feeney gets a touch at the front post, but Scott McDonald exactly where you'd expect him to be. Yeah, Feeney just gets it there. Zaluska gets a touch to it. It was Gomez, there was a bowler on the goal line. He can't get there because Scott McDonald sees it early. Just a yard out, didn't have to do much. What he did, gets the side in the lead. I think well deserved.
A poacher's goal from Scott McDonald, his 16th of the season. He scored a hat-trick against Dundee United last season, but hadn't scored in the last 6 games against them until then. Zaluska having to deal with a flick of his own man, Feeney.
There really is no excuse for that. Dundee United got a lot of big men in there, real physical side. It was Feeney that got that touch at the front post that caused the problems. Zaluska couldn't be faulted, couldn't do too much with it, but Scott McDonald, bang in form, ready to pounce.
Sandaza surviving a stumble. Conway. Dundee United seeking a swift response to Scott McDonald's opener. Dixon's long throw. Benegora Hesselink separated himself from Wilkie. Buarban drags that miserably wide.
Well, Celtic got the corner out of this challenge from Wilkie. You can see there clearly that Wilkie did get a touch. And Zaluska got a touch there, but it wasn't enough. Scott McDonald bang in position, middle of the goal. Anything is going to come his way, he's putting it in.
Scott McDonald had come from an offside position.
It's not as if Celtic have actually peppered Zaluska's goal in the first 25 minutes, but what they did do is they held possession really well. The passing, it was always incisive, it was always looking forwards. And they created that one real chance for McGeady, but when the next came along, they took it.
So far so good for Gordon Strachan. Celtic would have enjoyed Rangers' struggle yesterday.
Levine knows that his side can come back from going a goal down against the Old Firm. It's already been done, so he won't be panicking yet.
Yes, they continue their habit of conceding the first goal against the Glasgow Giants. Here they are hunting an equaliser. Conway! And Boris had to push it away for a corner.
There's a nice break. Buarban showing his strength and his vision as well to pick out Conway. Good save from Boric at his near post.
Conway himself will take the corner on a blustery day in Dundee. Nakamura's clearance only went to Wesolowski. It's returned by Dixon, and the big boys are still in there, including Wilkie. Buarban, Kovacevic. Always going wide.
Managing to maintain possession. There's a difficult chance there for Kovacevic.
Benegora Hesselink. Gomez. McGeady tigerish. Nothing flipped from the big Dutchman.
It's important that Dundee United try and get some width into their game. We have got Feeney out on the right hand side and Conway on the left. We have to try and use these players.
Such a poor goal for Dundee United to concede. Conway's cross. Rescued by Feeney. Hinkle has time. Too much time as far as Dundee United were concerned. Took an age for Conway to close him down. Wesolowski. Kovacevic, who will be on international duty in the coming week with Switzerland's under-21s. Ball return from Wesolowski to Kovacevic.
Wesolowski in there. Scott Robertson, of course, is injured. Had been a big player for Dundee United at the early part of this season. He's definitely missed, as of course Willow Flood.
Half an hour played and Scott McDonald's goal has given Celtic the lead at Tannadice. They have won on 12 of their last 14 visits here. It's not exactly a journey to fear for them. Ruaben, Sandaza, blocked by OD. Second bite of it for Sandaza. Gomez shovels it to Feeney. And it's dispatched by Darren OD.
Feeney's trying to play out there on that right-hand side, but it's not a natural position for him. As I mentioned, Willow Flood could have played there in the past. Just can't today in the Celtic shirts. Certainly something they need is width on both sides.
Gary Kenneth is the long throw man, usually. He would do that. Here's Gomez. Kenneth. Nakamura. McDonald. Brown. Nakamura. He might just search for McGeady. He's offside. Shouldn't have been really.
Not from that distance, and certainly not looking along the line. Yeah, I think he does just stray offside. No excuse for that.
Scott Brown hurt. He stayed down. He doesn't do that for no reason, so Lee Naylor will kick the ball out. Getting up now, mind you.
Feeney comes in there, and he's high and he's late. He does catch the Celtic midfielder, and that's a poor challenge.
He's getting a card for it, Warren Feeney. He attempted to shake hands, I think, with Scott Brown, but Brown didn't want to know. I suppose you would after that. Steve Conroy issuing a yellow card to Warren Feeney. And rightly so. Dundee United will have to do the decent thing here and give Celtic the ball back. Horrocks heading a fair way out of his goal. Sends it in the direction of Venagora Hesselink.
Well, Scott Brown is down on the deck. Gary Kenneth here centrally. You just see him trip Scott McDonald there. There's no doubt for me that the central defender meant that. Of course, the Australian striker made his point known.
Kenneth. Straight down Colball's throat. Donald's onto it. Nakamura. Partly for Brown. Hijacked by Feeney. And now it's Gomez. There's nobody out on the right, but Gomez has got a free kick anyway, which is in a very reasonable position.
He certainly wins this free kick because he's not getting that ball after he's played it. But Naylor does come across him. It's a good position for the home side.
Well, Paul Dixon scored a fabulous free kick against Celtic in Glasgow back in January. Might fancy having another go. He's loitering along with Conway. After Boric's wary, sorting out his wall. Will Dixon have another try? Dixon does! Not quite the same outcome this time though.
Well, it took something special last time. Not quite so. But prepared to have a go for a young fullback. Take responsibility. He's having a good season for United.
Stephen McManus having to sit this one out today after turning an ankle in training, but the word from the Celtic camp is that he should be all right for Scotland. Conway, Gomez chasing, and Naylor's going to have to turn that away. D gives Gomez another chance. Conway, Scott Brown holding him up, typically tenacious. Conway, blocked by Hinkle, and Dixon makes a hash of that one.
I think United have reacted well to losing the goal. They're still playing away. Maybe say that Celtic have taken the foot off a little bit. I think at 1-0, Craig Levein would be more than satisfied really in that. He knows it's going to be difficult against Celtic. He's got a few players missing. He knows he's still in the match.
Nakamura, Donald to his left. Celtic searching for a second, and that is a very good save from Zaluska. Almost a second goal for Scott McDonald. Zaluska was certainly stretching. Dixon, Buaben, Kovacevic, Buaben making the run. And it was trapped by Paul Hartley. Interesting attempt from Nakamura to head it. Gomez. Nakamura, Benegora Hesseling, Kozlowski, Feeney, Mr. Popular, Gary Caldwell headed that away. He got bogged down as he tried to clear it, and it's going to be a corner for Dundee United. This is better for them.
Yeah, as I said, they have reacted well. It's just now up to them to try and make something of this period of pressure.
Conway's corner. Feeney went to the near post. Oh. McGeady's onto this. Dixon's error. Aidan McGeady is going for goal, and Dixon did enough just to put him slightly off his stride and made the challenge at a crucial moment.
It was. At this point I thought McGeady was going to get away from him, but the fullback does so well to get back in. That's why it's important to have fullbacks with pace nowadays. McGeady thought he was away. He just managed to get back there to help out his goalkeeper, having made the mistake. His goalkeeper a few minutes earlier. Great strike there from Scott McDonald, very clean, but the goalkeeper reacted well.
a second goal before half-time. It's Nakamura's corner. Oh, Zaruska flapped it in, it didn't go in. The assistant referee was keeping a close watch. Dundee United so nearly found themselves 2 down, but Gomez looked like the man who dug that one out. Dixon. Feeney. McGeady. Donald has pulled away to the touchline. Scott Brown. Hartley. Naylor. Gomez. Kozlowski, offside, Sandaza.
Well, again, Dundee United under pressure from the corner kick. Jan Fenner of Hessling, it just gets the touch before Zaluska can get there. And you can see Gomes on the goal line. Last time he couldn't get there, this time he can quite clearly. Clears it away.
International doubleheader next Saturday, England-Slovakia from 4. And then we are in Amsterdam for Holland against Scotland next Saturday evening. It's found a way back to Boritz. Gary Caldwell. McGeady, Brown, O'D, Naylor. Offside, Jan Venegora Hessling.
Celtic haven't really created that many chances in this first half, but they have controlled the game. Saying that, I think Craig Levein will be quite happy that his side are still in it. They just need to try the best they can to bring Boric into action. He's only had that one save to make from Conway.
Kozlowski and United have had that habit of bouncing back against the Old Firm this season after conceding the first goal. They'll be hoping to continue in that vein. Maybe we will get a long throw now from Gary Kenneth. His central defensive partner, Lee Wilkie, will be the target. Popped away by O'D. Gomez returns it to Kenneth. Steered away by O'D again. And Gomez suddenly found 3 Celtic players around him, and this could be ominous. O'Connell making headway. And he was crowded out too. Feeney now for Lee Wilkie, who was busy coming back and only got as far as the centre circle. Guaban. Well, that was pretty poor between Conway and Gomez, and it's gifted Celtic a throw. Last minute of the first half, Celtic leading through Scott McDonald's close-range effort. The second Celtic goal would be a choker for Dundee United. Sandaza. Feeney. Kovacevic ahead of him. calmly to Brown, and now McDonald. Kenneth. Feeney. Kovacevic. Caldwell made that his. No significant stoppage time. Celtic leading. Poor goal for Dundee United, you can see, considering they have so many big boys in their team. But Scott McDonald did his job. He hung around goal. It was flicked on by Feeney. Zaluska stopped that. But McDonald pounced like all good strikers should. And Celtic are sitting on a 1-0 lead at Tannadice at half-time.
Yeah, absolutely. He did set up in an attacking manner, but just because of the way that Celtic started the game and then continued for the first 25 minutes or so, it made it so difficult for United to get into any sort of flow. They were pinned back a little bit, and their game plan really failed, but still in this game.
It is Dundee United who start the second half. Unusual to find themselves behind against the Old Firm this season, but as we have said, they do have a habit of forcing draws against the Glasgow Giants. Scott Brown's mistake almost let in Sandaza. Dixon won that well. Now Conway, always tricky for him. Goal kick. Striking Celtic, Co-op Cup winners this season, denied the chance of a treble by St Mirren in the Scottish Cup, but yet another title well and truly in their sights. Wilkie tangling with Benegora Hesselink. Here is Nakamura. Feeney booked in the first half, and he's got a corner off OD.
Yeah, Feeney, the thick of things. As Stephen Presley said at half-time in the studio, it does look like he's gone up front alongside Sandaza in a front two. Possibly a change of tactics there for Craig Levein. Looking to be much more on the front foot in the second half.
Paul Dixon will take this corner. Gary Kenneth, Lee Wilkie, Warren Feeney. And Kovacevic and Sandaza all in there. Dixon delivers, and Sandaza! Dundee United level at the start of the second half. They continue their habit of bouncing back against the Old Firm.
Certainly not a bad habit to have, is it? What delivery though. It's a great ball in. And that's work from training. Sandaza arrives there very late. He just sneaks it in front of Jan Vennegoor of Hesselink. And it's a great header. He times it well. He still gets power on it. He diverts the power from the cross. And difficult to defend against that one. Just a well-worked goal. And a timely one as well for the home side.
Well, he scored his first Dundee United goal against Celtic here in August. He has done the same again, another equaliser against them. Craig Levein appears to have transformed his team. We've been in this movie before with Dundee United. Sandaza getting another go, but easy for Moritz. Sandaza's 9th goal for Dundee United. His manager reckon he might get 20 this season, but they haven't flowed as much as many would have wished around here.
I'm not surprised that it did come from a set piece, because in the first half it looked difficult for them to break through the Celtic ranks.
Sandaza scoring less than 2 minutes into the second half. to take the long way round. Hinkle. Away powerfully by Lee Wilkie. Prior to today, Dundee United had drawn 4 of their 5 matches against the Old Firm. Hinkle. Gary Kenneth clears, but only to Paul Hartley. Caldwell. Scott Brown mugged by Wesolowski. Feeney. Wesolowski. Feeney can maintain the momentum. Wesolowski gives it to Kovacevic. And United look a different team now, having not really got going in the first half. Feeney. Hartley has to concede the corner, and Dundee United and their fans are right up for this now.
Yeah, and Feeney just pushed up that bit closer. Sandaza, he won the corner for the goal, for the equaliser. Can we get the same sort of service from Dixon? Will it be the same move?
Dixon's delivery not quite so good that time, and Vennegoor and Hesseling was the first port of call.
It's going to be interesting to see how Celtic react to that, because they were more than convincing in the first half as far as possession, the way they controlled the game. I'm sure Gordon Strachan was very happy with it, apart from the fact that they only had the 1 goal. As I said in the first half, that's the one thing I think that Craig Levein could have been satisfied with, given the way that Celtic were playing.
Feeney making it tricky for OD. Guaban for Feeney. Lee Naylor rushing Feeney aside. Scott Brown. McGeady. Hinkle is racing down the right. And Gary Kenneth trips. Well, they could have played the advantage there, but the free kick has been given.
Well, Kenneth more than suggesting he doesn't touch McGeady, but I think if McGeady doesn't hop over his legs, there's certainly going to be contact there anyway.
Well, Nakamura, unsurprisingly, has arrived on the scene. That's what he's looking at. That's what he's focused on. Saluska knows what's coming.
Nakamura usually has a part to play against Dundee United.
Nakamura, not that far away, but Saluska will claim he had it covered.
I think the goalkeeper knows only too well what Nakamura is capable of. It's a decent effort from a long way out, but not on target.
Scored a hat-trick here a couple of seasons ago, Shunsuke Nakamura. Guaban. Offside, Scott McDonald. Well, we expected Dundee United to be up and at Celtic at the start of the second half, and they certainly were.
I think Craig Levein knows this is the only real way to play against the Old Firm, to be up and at them, to be in their faces, high tempo, try and keep a high line. That gives you a chance of squeezing the game. It certainly stops the opposition from having time on the ball, which in the first half they had far too much of. So Craig Levein's obviously seen that in the first half and realised as well that they weren't out of the game. They tweaked it slightly. Already he's got rewards.
Dundee United looking for a first win over Celtic in almost a decade. Last time they beat them, Craig Easton and Billy Dodds scored for United, and Niall Berkovic scored for Celtic. It was John Barnes' first defeat as Celtic manager. Hinkle mopping up. Conway. Cut out by Hinkle. Hartley. Then they go to Hesselink. McGeady. That's Dundee United's throw. Wojciechowski applauds the decision. McGeady a bit baffled, but maybe he knew it as well. Feely. Ruaben. Gomez. Dixon. McGeady. Kenneth. Sandaza. It's 2-2 against Celtic at Tannadice for him. Kovacevic. Well, proved a bit awkward for Boris. Corner kick.
Yeah, a bit of a hot potato that one for Boric. Doesn't do at all well. It does bounce awkwardly a couple of times, but you should still fancy him to deal with that one. John Hartson bang on at half-time. He mentioned the midfield area, and that's where Brown and Hartley have been out of it in the first 10 minutes of the second half. United well into it.
Dixon's corner into the mix again. Gary Kinniff not allowed to get near it, and Boris rather relieved that nothing came with that corner because he should have dealt with it initially. Celtic are going to bring on Willow Flood to face his former club. His last game for Dundee United was that Co-op Cup semi-final where he missed a penalty. Well, he scored one and then missed one as the penalties went on and on. And we think he's coming on for Nakamura. And the ball shout against Hinkle. Scott McDonald up against some big men. Here's Wojciechowski. Neatly done by the Aussie. Ruaben. Gomez. Conway in loads of space. Gomez having to deal with McGeady. Wojciechowski. He's got a free kick actually, James Wojciechowski, who broke his leg playing for Leicester against Celtic in a pre-season friendly a few years ago after a clash with Bobo Balde.
They're starting to look like a player in the second half, and they're just competing now. What that means is McGeady is no longer on the ball in possession as often, and he then can't feed the Celtic strikers. In a minute, it's all one way.
Dixon. Sandaza! He scored again! Francisco Sandaza! An amazing turnaround! A remarkable scoreline. Dundee United 2, Celtic 1, and how quickly things can change.
Celtic all at sea. You look at the space to get down the right-hand side. Dundee United. It's a good ball pulled back, but Sandaza's got so much still to do, and it is a sublime finish. He gets enough on it. It's almost behind him, and all he's got to try and do is wrap his foot around it, and it's always going away from Boric. Leaves the goalkeeper with a mountain to climb as far as the space to fill, and he just can't get there. Having just scored to equalise, his confidence is flowing, and that is a top-class finish. United have proved that they really do have character.
A delightful double for Sandaza. Celtic have a corner though. And suddenly it's they who have to come from behind. Dundee United, a totally different proposition in this second half. Boy, have they showed up now. Nakamura's corner. Dealt with by Warren Feely at the near post, but it'll give Nakamura another opportunity. Now they were just about to take off the man from Japan. I wonder if that will change now that Dundee United are in front. Nakamura's corner. Wesolowski missed his kick. The Celtic fans cried handball in unison. Gary Caldwell's right in the face of the referee there for a moment. He would be advised to move away. Naylor's long throw. It's still bubbling. McDonald. McGeady. It's another corner. Scott Brown was down whilst all that was going on.
Wesolowski does touch it with his right hand, but knows nothing much about it.
Well, the referee, confronted by Scott McDonald and Lee Naylor. I think McDonald's had a bit too much to say. He still has as well. Time to button it. You don't want to be pointing to the ref like that. It's a yellow card. Celtic clearly rattled now with an hour played. They've gone from 1-0 up to 2-1 down, but here's Hartley's corner. Hinkle. Trying to get him out of his feet. Flags up for offside against Gary Caldwell. And Celtic not very happy.
Clearly Caldwell is in an onside position there. Celtic aggrieved.
Well, Celtic are still making that change. Shinsuke Nakamura goes off. On comes Willow Flood, who served Dundee United so well for a season and a half on loan from Cardiff. He's not getting that much of a welcome back, although having said that, there are a fair few Dundee United fans applauding him. He was a key member of Craig Levine's team. Willow Flood making only his second appearance for Celtic. His first was in the Old Firm League game. Dundee United are loving it at the moment. Rangers rather enjoying it too, but Celtic wounded are putting the pressure on in their quest for an equaliser.
We expect Celtic to come back now. It's important for Dundee United if they want to see out this game that they maintain the positive play that they've started with in the second half.
Naylor's throw. Wilkie and Kenneth both went for that. McGeady. Kovacevic has to deal with it, and Julie does, and Dixon dumps it on its way. Celtic encouraged by the fact that there's still a fair bit of time to put things right and dig themselves out of this hole. Questions are certainly being asked of the men in hoops. McDonald rode the challenge of Kovacevic. McDonald heading for goal again. That has actually gone out the ground.
I think it probably does bobble here. It ends up being a very similar position to the one he scored a few weeks back against Kilmarnock. He's trying to do the same thing. Let's just see if it does just sit up. Yeah, quite clearly.
Beaten by the bubble, Scott McDonald. Celtic in front in the first half. Francisco Sandaza with both goals for Dundee United. Feeney. Dixon has secured a corner. Dundee United shrinking up the pressure now.
Yes, impressive from Dundee United. come out 1 goal down against Celtic, and the way they were playing, and just turn the screw as they've done.
It's Craig Conway's corner, looks a bit long. Well, a lot long actually. After the international break, we are back here at Tannadice for Dundee United against Hibs, a week on Saturday. And the following day, it's Falkirk against Rangers. Well, as it stands, there would still only be a 2-point gap between the old firm at the top. Conway. Gomez. Goal kick.
I think Gordon Strachan is asking questions at the moment of his players, certainly signalling to them to get closer, to get the tempo up. Because at the moment, 2-1 down, they're not managing to find. As Boyce almost makes a hash of it. Worrying signs for Celtic, a little bit disorganised, not quite as cohesive, or certainly nowhere near it as in the first half.
Well, Boris has had a horror show there, having nearly gifted a goal to Feeney. A dreadful kick. McDonald. Brown for Naylor. Kozlowski, Naylor, Brown, Hartley. Here is Willow Flood. He's run into a few of his former teammates though. Robin. Dixon. Brown. Wilkie for Dixon. And Kenneth. Gomez. Caldwell covering. His clearance hit Guavan though. Now Gomez, the free kick. A chance to one in the box from the boot of Craig Conway, you would think.
Yeah, normally Conway has got good delivery. Perfect for him to swing it in with his right foot.
Conway does deliver. Horrocks just took that off the head of Gary Kenneth. Looks more like it from the Polish keeper. Flood. Naylor. OD. McDonald held it up so well. Scott Brown could feed McGeady. Does. McGeady's cross is collected by Zaluska.
I wouldn't be surprised now if Gordon Strachan makes a change and brings Samaras on, because there's certainly nothing doing. When you look at young Federer Veselink, he looks like he's a player that is low in confidence and also isn't able to get into the game because match sharpness is just not there. Both those things are something you really need at this level, certainly against the United side, rejuvenated. So I wouldn't be surprised if Strachan makes a change.
Conway tripped by Venegor of Veselink. Well, Samaras did score twice against Dundee United in January, Celtic Park. And surely, yes, he's going to join us any moment. Not that he's been free scoring himself lately either. Conway's free kick didn't clear the first hurdle, which was Hinkle. a great surprise that Georgios Samaras is going to replace Jan Venegor of Hesselink. Conway is taking a sore one. Feeney. Lee Wilkie's close by. Feeney having to contend with an Irish pair in OD and McGeady. Northern Ireland against the Republic of Ireland. Long throw for Gary Kenneth. Just over 20 minutes remaining. Kenneth in towards Wilkie, gathered by Boritz. Celtic controlled the first half at Tannadice, but it's been a very different story in the second half.
Well, McGeady's now come out to this left-hand side alongside Naylor. He's swapped over with Willow Flood. So Kovacevic will get a bite at McGeady after all.
Lee Wilkie hitching a ride on the back of Scott McDonald. Hinkle. Decent run from Hinkle. Naylor now for McGeady. Gary Kenneth is going to blast that away. OD. Celtic's need is becoming rather urgent. It was all looking so favourable for them after Rangers' result yesterday. McDonald's cross, cleared by Kenneth. Feeney latches onto it. Sandaza is available. Conway, Ruaben. Sandaza, scorer of both Dundee United goals. Celtic, are they going to bring on Samaras now? Not whilst they're defending a long throw, you would think. Gary Kenneth launches it, no Lee Wilkie in there to aim for this time, he stayed back. Oh, it opens up for Gomis!
Yeah, again, Celtic looking ragged. Gomez escapes Jan Venegor of Hesselink and Willow Flood.
Scott Brown. Celtic need to summon everything they have now to save their day in Dundee. McGeady. Brown. McGeady. Shrugs off Wesolowski. Brown. McGeady, Celtic probing, Flood, and McDonald finds Zaluska in his way, but Celtic keep it going. Brown didn't really connect.
Lovely play from Celtic between McGeady and Brown initially. Eventually were able to feed through Flood. Scott McDonald, but Zaluska again stood strong. McDonald got power on it but couldn't get accuracy. That helped the goalkeeper.
Hartley caught out by Gomis. And Willow Flood is going to get back to rescue Celtic. Hartley has got to his feet now. Flood. Kenneth in front of McDonald. Kept in by Conway. I'm sure Celtic will make that change now. Jan Venegora Hesselink is going off, and on comes Georgios Samaras, who's been handed the armband for now. He hasn't scored in his last 12 games since he got 2 against Dundee United in January. He's going to give the armband to Gary Caldwell, you would think. Oh no, Paul Hartley's having it.
There's a few in there that fancy it, isn't it?
Flat-footed. Kenneth hoping to get some good distance on this. Dundee United are a quarter of an hour away from their first win over Celtic in almost a decade. But here is Willow Flood. Samaras just on. Goal kick. And Scott McDonald's frustration increases. Celtic could have gone 5 points clear at the top today, but Gordon Strachan's side are making hard work of it. Tannadice having been the dominant force in the first half.
Absolutely. Only by 1 goal, Ian, and that is the difference. Gordon Strachan knows that 1 goal at this level is normally not enough. Celtic have experienced that. They've had to come back from being a goal down themselves quite often. The first half was all Celtic, controlling it. Second half, Dundee United.
Offside, Scott Brown. Celtic fans are raging and flag up immediately.
You can just see that. Clearly offside.
We are certainly in for a rather rousing finale at Tannadice. Conway. Stopped by OD. Means a long throw, of course. Lee Wilkie will come forward again this time. Kenneth fools everyone by kicking out Wazalowski. Gary Kenneth pounces on it, got a back cross. Sandaza looking for a hat-trick.
Lands the feet of Kenneth here. This is a cultured little cross. And Sandaza, again, all alone in the box. He just couldn't get the power on that one.
McGeady. McDonald. Flood. Hinkle. McDonald. Hanging in there. Conway's challenge. Now Willow Flood. Too high for Samaras and for McGeady.
Kovacevic and McGeady. And a little exchange of banter there. As I said earlier, they have played against each other quite a bit and enjoy it.
Naylor's long throw aimed towards OD and Samaras. Caldwell sidestepping Gomez, the referee. Scott McDonald, Gary Caldwell. McDonald in, and McGeady goes down.
there's contact here. It's just whether Kovacevic means it or not. No, I don't think so. I think he's looking at the ball. But does catch the winger.
Naylor's long throw, and Cornwell pokes it wide. Huge chance to equalise.
Samaras does well. Initial flick on from the D. It really is a chance. Cobbles closed down. It's Gomez and Kenneth who get in there. I just have the feeling that Celtic are going to try and pile on the pressure now. Goal attempts, level pegging. Hazard, shots on target.
Pretty much a no contest in the first half. It's been an absorbing contest in the second half. There are still over 10 minutes remaining at Tannadice. Samaras, due a goal. Hinkle. McDonald. Hinkle. Hartley pounces on that. McDonald across. Scooped away by Gary Kenneth. Hinkle's throw. Scott Brown rose so well. And it's Lee Naylor with a spectacular volley to dig Celtic out of a very large hole. It is 2-2. It is an unlikely scorer, and it was a beauty.
Well, he doesn't score very often, but when you don't, do you really need to when you can strike them like this? Because they'll be well remembered. What a volley! He takes that one more or less off his knee, it's so high. Catches it superbly well. Kenneth gets the ball away. And Naylor finds himself inside the box. Doesn't think too much about it. He's loving it now. Celtic back level.
He scored his first Celtic goal at Hibs a year ago. That was unstoppable from Naylor. But here's Craig Conway. And Sandaza, Feeney. Sandaza again. And Paul Hartley has to clear that. It's fast and furious and frantic now. It is 2-2. And you just can't take your eyes off this game. Gordon Strachan bailed out by a rare Lee Naylor goal.
To be fair, you could feel Celtic coming back into it again. You mentioned Dundee United's character. Well, reigning champions have shown that again. 10 minutes to go. It's anyone's game.
Walking off Caldwell. Ruaben got his frame in the way. Dundee United are going to bring on John Daly and Danny Swanson soon. Warren Feeney and Craig Conway will make way. Scott Brown, collision course with Gary Kenneth, but the free kick had already been given in favour of Celtic. Now the champions will fancy all 3 points, having hauled themselves level. And that's a key for a double change of Dundee United, although they were going to make it anyway, regardless of that equaliser. Craig Conway making way for Danny Swanson. The serial sub Swanson for Dundee United. And Big John Daly had a fitness test on the pitch before the game. Had to go off last week with a hamstring problem. He is taking the place of Warren Feeney. John Daly scored a late equaliser against Celtic here a couple of years ago. Are we due another late strike at Tannadice? But who for? Dundee United or Celtic? A gripping conclusion to this contest. Naylor's free kick. Caldwell allowed to win it. McGeady rises. Brown. McGeady. Naylor returns it. McGeady, very nearly taken out by Kovacevic. It's just a corner. Celtic fans all around Paul Hartley sniffing a winner now. Hartley's corner. It's immediately returned to Hartley. He can try again. Samaras almost on his knees. Gordon Strachan and Celtic were staring at a defeat. They have only won 5 of their last 12 SPL games. They have been stuttering, but likewise Rangers. There was a high boot on Hartley. He was hungry to get on with it though. Samaras falls over. Lee Wilkie lunges into Scott Brown. This is very meaty now. Willow Flood stopped by Paul Dixon.
Oh, it's been a great game. High tempo stuff. Both teams looking for it.
Hinkle sends it swirling towards Samaras. McGeady trying to get to it. Saliska in his way. Here's Naylor. And that's going to be a throw-in for Celtic. Rangers held to a 2-2 draw yesterday. Caldwell trying to crash in on that. Celtic 2-2 today with Dundee United. Although it's happened in rather different circumstances to them. Kovacevic helped down McDonald. Now Samaras. The ball. Willow Flood. Flood skips away from Gomez. A vision of glory.
It was good initial play from Willow Flood. And it was the wrong decision. He should have just dinked up, I think, towards the back stick where Samaras and McDonald were.
David Robertson mostly used since the sub this season. He's going to replace James Wesolowski. Robertson more than capable of nicking a goal. Minutes of normal time remaining, plus whatever might be added on. As it stands, Celtic would have a 3-point lead over Rangers at the top. Dundee United will go level on points with Aberdeen. 3rd and 4th place good enough for a crack at the new Europa League next season. McGeady. The wrong option in the end, and Paul Dixon was able to wallop it away. Hinkle. Sandaza won it back. Boarden in agony. I don't think he'll need any treatment. He'll get up and get on with it eventually, helped by Samaras. Caldwell. Samaras. Kovacevic clears. Swanson. He's got a free kick. Johnny Swanson.
He did well, kept possession. Small lad, very strong. Doug Levine masterminded yet another comeback for Dundee United. Gordon Strachan, I'm sure, knew that the game wasn't won at 1-0. Probably didn't expect United to come out so strong at the beginning of the second half.
Dixon floated in offside. Wilkie presumably flag up to foil Dundee United. The previous 3 meetings between these teams this season all ended in draws. Looks like it's going to be another one, unless somebody is planning late heroics. Dundee United perhaps denied a first win over Celtic in almost 10 years. Celtic, unless they can snatch a winner, failing to open up a 5-point gap at the top. Another strange kick from Boritz. It is a bit bumpy in his goal mouth, to be fair.
It does end the draw. I don't think any side can really have too many complaints. I think it's a fair result, given the way the game has gone.
Long throw time. Samaras guarding Wilkie. And the overhead kick from John Daly, diverted en route.
It's a great effort. He's such a big lad, Daly. And when it comes, he lines this one up. I think it was going to go wide anyway, but Naylor didn't know anything about that. He got something on it.
3 minutes of stoppage time and a corner for Dundee United. Most of the fans on their feet now. The home fans willing a winner. Dixon into the mix. Wilkie down. He'll have to retrieve it. He does, and he gives it to David Robertson, who doesn't hang about, and nor should he. Gary Kenneth. It drops wide, much to Celtic's relief.
United having hung on for a while, now on the offensive. And that one just escaped Sandaz at the back post.
It stays like this, Celtic could go 6 points clear of Rangers before Rangers' next play. Celtic home to Hamilton in a fortnight. Rangers at Falkirk the next day. Approaching the last minute of added on time. It's been a cracking second half at Tannadice. Ogidi jostling with Swanson, and Celtic have a free kick and a chance to pinch the points.
Well, this ball will definitely be going in the mix-up. Paul Hartley on it. He's going to go right on top of Zaluska. Point is, can someone get a touch?
Paul Hartley then, flicked on by Brown. Anxious for Dundee United. They haven't got it away yet, but they will do now. Time is almost up at Tannadice. It's a game you could happily continue watching. Ogidi didn't keep it in, but it's all over anyway. Gordon Strachan's side controlled the first half, but only had a Scott McDonald goal to show for their efforts. And Dundee United came out all guns blazing in the second half. They turned the game around with a double strike from Fran Sandaza, their Spanish striker from Valencia. And just as it looked like Dundee United might claim their first win over Celtic since 1999, Lee Naylor fired in a venomous volley to rescue Celtic and to save the day. Scott McDonald poaching an opener for Celtic. Craig Levine must have had a bit to say at half-time because Dundee United had never really got going. but they didn't hang about. Less than 2 minutes into the second half, Sandaza swooped, and then how about this for a fabulous finish in a stirring second half. But perhaps the best goal was yet to come. Lee Naylor rattling that one in, and Celtic blew the chance to go 5 points clear today of Rangers, but they have a 3-point lead. Once again, this fixture ends in a draw. Dundee United 2, Celtic 2.
Well, we did say it would be well worth watching, and it was, as might these two next weekend, England-Slovakia in a World Cup warm-up at Wembley. That's from 4 next Saturday, Saturday Sports 1, followed by, in the evening, the big one for Scotland against Holland, currently ranked 3rd in the world, in the Amsterdam Arena. 7:30 for that one, live and exclusive coverage. And more twists and turns in the Scottish title race this weekend. Naylor nailed this one 10 minutes from time to draw with Dundee United and keep Celtic's 3-point SPL lead. Title rivals, Dundee United a point better off for all their efforts, and they go level with Aberdeen, still chasing Hearts for 3rd, 5 points behind. Let's hear from the Dundee United manager, Craig Levein.
Craig, I'm sure you're proud of your players' performance today, but disappointed they couldn't hold on?
Yeah, that sums it up. I felt we worked away reasonably well in the first half without, having enough belief in our own ability to cause Celtic problems. But after the break, we were much better, and there's an element of frustration that I wish we would start the game like that. And you know the game, and you know how it works sometimes. I'm proud of the effort they put in, the way they played. The pitch was pretty bumpy, but they tried to pass it, and the game did swing end to end. So I can't complain. I mean, Celtic will look at the chances they had and probably say they deserved a point. So the unfortunate thing for us, we were leading, and it looked like we had the 3 points.
Tremendous character shown by your players to fight back from a goal down, and it's not the first time they've done that this season against the Old Firm.
No, I keep telling them that we're not scared of playing the Old Firm. We didn't start the game particularly well today, and we never really managed to get up any momentum at all. In the second half, I think it's better, much better, of course. Every time we play either Celtic or Rangers, we tend to give them a decent match. Now we need to look at our second-hand performance today and try and take that into our next game. Unfortunately, it's a fortnight before we play again.
It was noticeable that you were shouting at your players in the first half to get further up the pitch. Did you feel they were playing too deep? Because it was certainly noticeable in the second half that they really pressed the game very well. Yeah, I thought we just sat off the game a little bit, and we defended in good areas, but not all the time. What would happen was they'd push us back, and then instead of making up the ground when we should have done, we didn't do it. And that created little pockets of space for McDonald to come off and lengthened the game, which I didn't really want to do. I wanted to keep it short. You had a big contribution today from Francisco Sandaza. 2 goals, that's him into double figures now, and half of them against the Old Firm. Well, you can't accuse him of not scoring against the best teams, can you? He's had a stop-start season with injury, and from my point of view, I think if I can get him on the pitch and playing every week, I said at the start of the season I think he'd scored 20 goals. I think if he'd played in all the matches, the evidence would suggest it wouldn't be far away for that. So hopefully he can finish the season strongly. He's now injury-free, and he did well. He scored the goals, and he'll get the plaudits for that. But I thought as a team, there was loads of positives. You've got a very young side here, Craig. The average age is under 23. With that in mind, you must feel like they can only improve. Yeah, logically that would be right. We should get better. We should be a better side next season than we are just now. We've got just about 90% of the players already tied up in 2 or 3 year contracts, and I'm looking forward to it. I think that we can get better, and that's something that excites me. Still feeling positive that you can achieve European football for next season? Yeah. I think I've been telling people recently that our performances have been pretty good. We just haven't been getting what we deserved out of matches, and quite often not because of anything we're doing, out circumstances out with our control. So, I think I said we'd finish the season strongly. I firmly believe that, and hopefully, as I said, we can take the performance in the second half and improve on it against Hibs. Thanks for your time, Craig. Well done. Okay, thank you.
You shouldn't be too surprised that that match ended. Lee Naylor, whose spectacular strike rescued a point for Celtic.
Lee, what's the general reaction in the Celtic dressing room after that match today?
Disappointment, I think, yeah. We started the second half poorly and we paid the price.
But overall, I guess you would maybe view this as a good point, particularly considering Rangers' result yesterday.
Yeah, hindsight, it is the game went, and as you look at it, yeah, it's a good point in the end. We went behind, the boys had a reaction, and we started playing football again. It got us back into the game, and I suppose in the end it's a good point.
Going in at half-time, I guess you must have felt pretty comfortable because it had been a good, solid display from Celtic and you hadn't really given Dundee United too many chances.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was hard to get the ball down and play, it was bobbly, but we tried our best to do that and we've done the right things. And the first half went as planned, went in 1-0 up, and as I say, we come back out sloppy.
And then suddenly, within 10 or 15 minutes of the second half, 2-1 down, and you were probably fearing as if you might not pick anything up from the match.
I think our ways, we can always get back into a game if we've gone behind, and we showed that today, our spirit and our character, and we got back in the game, and we looked like we was going to win it in the end.
And of course, you came up with the all-important equaliser and a fantastic finish. You don't score many goals, but when you do, they're always pretty spectacular.
Yeah, that's my career, so yeah, I've done that all the way through it. Yeah, it was a good goal, but at the end of the day, I would have liked the 3 points.
And I guess the results over this weekend would suggest that there are plenty more twists and turns in the SPL title race.
Absolutely. There's a lot of games left, a lot of points up for grabs, but we're going into the game wanting to win every game and get them 3 points.
Well, a fine display from you today. Well done with your goal. Thanks for your time.
Cheers, thanks.
Lee Naylor, who probably wouldn't have played had Stephen McManus been from Gordon Strachan.
Gordon, that was a tremendous game of football, a great advert for the SPL.
Well, I only hope it's covered in that way, because, as you say, the football it does get a negative slant most weeks. If there's a negative bit about that game, somebody will find it and play on it. But you really can't. If there's something wrong with you, don't like that. Enjoy the result, enjoy the goals. You're warped.
You must have felt happy with your team's performance in the first half. You seemed to be in total control of the match.
Well, I thought for 70 minutes we were excellent. I thought the 20 minutes after half-time, Dundee United came into the game. We gave them opportunities to get back, and they were only professional enough in the first 5 minutes of the second half, and they capitalised on that. And then after about 20 minutes of the second half, I thought we were right back into making some good chances. Goalie's made a terrific save again and gone past the post, and lots of effort. So from that point of view, it was excellent. As performance-wise, coming to Dundee United, that's as good as we've been for a long time coming here. The fact that we couldn't score goals today was their fault, our fault.
Has it become a recurring theme for Celtic that you're struggling to defend set pieces?
Well, I think apart from Aberdeen, which was a bad day, was 4. I think it's 2 corner kicks in the whole season, which is not too bad.
But in the grand scheme of things, I think you would have enjoyed your players' attacking performance today. You made plenty of chances.
Yeah, but at times we defended well as well. We made plenty of chances, and good players, and Gideon, McDonald and Jan played well in the first half. Brown was good. So we made a lot of chances.
Spoke to Lee Naylor after the game. He was very pleased with his goal, and it was a goal fit to win any game.
Yeah, just unfortunate it was only a draw. But it was fit to draw a game, that's for sure. But I think that just capped off a great game of football there. And the way the game went, we're delighted with a point.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. In the grand scheme of things, you would view this as a positive result.
That'll be my next job then, eh? Yeah, we'll have to. We look upon it as performance. So performance is good apart from 20 minutes, and then we look on goals. Good, we got them, and overall we're the same as we were before the last round of games.
Great game today. Thanks for your time.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks, Gordon.
So that's as good as Celtic have been here at Tannadice in a long time, according to manager Gordon Strachan. But plenty